Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So this is about retrograde Saturn. And as we know, Saturn has gone retrograde from the 17th of June, and it is going to be retrograde for the next 140 days. Okay. So this is about the predictions that a retrograde Saturn is supposed to bring in your life, or how this retrograde Saturn is going to play out in your own personal chart when seen from the Lagna or from the moon. Okay. So when I look at transits, I always see it from the Lagna. Some people see it from the moon. Either way is correct, but these predictions are more Lagna based rather than moon based. Okay. And as far as the remedial parts are concerned, there is really no remedy for a retrograde, when a planet goes retrograde in transit. Okay. Now there are a lot of YouTube astrologers or people who are saying, you should do this or you should do that. But unfortunately or fortunately, there are no such remedies. The only thing that you can maintain is a precautionary measure. Okay. Now the analyzing principle is that if Saturn is retrograde in your natal chart, then this period of 140 days is going to be favorable for you. Okay, so a lot of tasks that were pending will be completed. And retrograde means revisiting. Okay, so you'll revisit the tasks related to the houses that Saturn rules in your horoscope as per your Lagna or as per your ascendant. Okay, so this is going to be a pressing time for those who have Saturn direct in their horoscope. And for those who have retrograde Saturn, this period is going to be good, except for the first 10 days before the retrogression starts and the next 10 days before it ends after 140 days. Okay, so let's look at the predictions for each Lagna. For Aries, Saturn rules your 10th and the 11th house, and this could mean you would be facing some kind of pressure at work as well as within your friends and network circles. Okay, it can also cause some problems related to your health, especially your father's health. Okay, and it can also bring up issues in your workplace which you were previously ignoring. Okay, because Saturn is positioned in the 11th house, so watch out for any kind of accidents or small cuts or bruises, or any kind of harm coming your way due to vehicular accidents. Okay, you could also find yourself being close-minded. If you're an Aries ascendant, you could find yourself being close-minded when it comes to learning new things at work, or learning new things in terms of your career. So don't be close-minded, be open-minded, and things will come to you easily. Okay, for Taurus ascendant, Saturn rules the 9th and the 10th house. So this could mean there could be some issues related to higher education as well as some issues related to your father. Okay, now it could also be a situation where you wanted to go for higher education, or you wanted to study something particular but you could not do it, and now you might get the opportunity to redo that. Okay, to redo whatever you wanted to do. So if this is like life giving you another opportunity at doing something which you missed previously. Okay, it could also mean some long distance travels are on the cards for you, and then you have to watch out for your father's health because Saturn is placed in your 10th house in transit. Okay, Gemini ascendants, they have been facing a lot of difficult times for the last 2.5 years because of Saturn's placement in Saturn's transit in the 8th house. But now Saturn has come to the 9th house, and Saturn rules your 8th house as well as the 9th house. So this is a period where you'd be completing some tasks or some karma related to your father, related to your guru. Okay, as well as higher education. This could also mean visiting clairvoyants or astrologers, or even psychics for consultation, because whatever unfavorable things have happened over the last 2.5 years, now this is a time where you will be applying your gears to move forward. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting time, because you could also find yourself relocating due to work, and there could be some issues related to your inheritance. There could be some issues related to the health of your spouse as well. Okay, so watch out for that. Then Cancer Lagna, Saturn rules your 7th and the 8th house. So this is a good time that, if you have rejected any marriage proposal previously, then this is a time to revisit that marriage proposal maybe, and see if you can, if things are favorable for you. Okay, if you're looking to get married, then this retrograde, this period of 140 days where Saturn will be retrograde, will give you, time to prepare yourself for taking that big leap of marriage. Okay, because right now Saturn is transiting your, your 8th house. So it's not a favorable time with regards to your health. It's not a favorable time with regards to your finances. So don't take any major decisions with regards to your money. You could also face some problems related to inheritance. You could face some problems related to your business partners. And there could also be some things which you ignored previously, in your business or in your inheritance, and those issues may come in the forefront. Okay. Then coming to Leo ascendant, Saturn rules the 6th and the 7th. So you could face problems from your servants. You could face problems from your spouse. Okay, you could face problems from your business partners as such. It could also mean that your business or your whatever work you do, you go through a serious cash crunch in terms of whatever you are doing regarding job or regarding business. Okay, be aware of conspiracy brewing at your workplace or behind your back, and be good while treating your subordinates or the people who work under you. Okay, so don't be harsh on your servants, because your servants can give you quite a tough time if you're a Leo ascendant and this retrogression period has happened. Okay, Virgo Lagna, Saturn rules your 5th and the 6th. So this is a time to make deeper connections when it comes to romance. Okay, it also means you could face some issues related to your, to your peers. Litigations could come up, some pending litigation which you had ignored or which you have kept ignoring may come up, or you may be forced into litigation for something that you did not do. Okay, so be careful with litigation issues that might come up. And you could also find yourself resuming some previous, practice of previous mantra, or some old mantra, or some spiritual practice which you had stopped abruptly for some reason or the other. Okay, and you could also look at making money from the stock market, but be careful in investing. Okay, don't go overboard while investing. Take caution, because this is a time to wait and invest rather than going all out or all ends up into the market. Okay, Libra ascendant, Saturn rules your 4th and the 5th. So you could find yourself buying a second-hand vehicle. You could also find yourself, selling off your car, of your property, or you could find yourself in situations where you are constructing a property or you're planning to buy a house. Okay, so try not to buy anything, or not to take any major decision regarding buying and selling till these 140 days are over. Okay, so if you have had a breakup, then this is a time to reconcile with your ex, if your ex of course wants to come back. Or you could find yourself filled with brooding thoughts regarding your past relationships or whatever happened with you in your romantic life. Okay, so this is not a time, keep this in mind, this is not a time to chase your ex as if your ex will be back. Okay, have a discussion with your ex. Maybe your ex wants to come back, maybe your ex does not want to come back, but this is a good time to reconcile if you both are acceptable, if reconciliation is acceptable to both of you. Overall, this is also a time where you could see some health issues concerning your mother, and some disturbance in your family life, or some disturbance in the equation with your mother. Okay, Scorpio ascendant, Saturn rules your 3rd and the 4th house. So this could mean you could find yourself traveling to, making short distance travels. It could also mean having a fallout with your mother or motherly based figures. Okay, for some Scorpio ascendants, this could also mean marriage. Okay, a pending marriage or a marriage proposal which was pending may again come up all of a sudden, and you might find yourself getting married within this period. Okay, and be careful with accidents, with injuries, especially injuries to the hands. Okay, because if you're trying something new, if you're trying to cook something new, if you're trying to do something new, be careful with while handling sharp objects, and also be careful with fire related issues. Okay, Sagittarius, Saturn rules your 2nd and the 3rd house. So this could, this could bring issues related to food. Okay, so all of a sudden you might find yourself regaining the taste of something which was lost or which you had given up. So for example, say just yesterday I had this client who came to me. He was a Sagittarius ascendant, and he said that, I gave up meat long ago, and now I'm having the tendency of resuming my meat consumption. Okay, so you might have such tendencies with regards to food, and this is a time where you might find yourself learning a new skill. Okay, you might find yourself upskilling for the sake of work, for the sake of your career, or you may find yourself picking up a new hobby. Okay, and if you have money stuck somewhere, or if someone is not repaying back your money, then this is a good time to call them up and ask for your payment. And if you have any pending bills, or if you have any pending issues related to your money, then you can look forward to getting your money back with you in your account, in your bank account. That is, this is also a favorable period for getting married. So all of a sudden you might find a random marriage proposal coming up from all of a sudden, from nowhere, and that proposal might seem very interesting to you. Okay, Capricorn Lagna, Saturn rules your first house as well as the second house. So this is a time where you will be taking some important decisions related to construction of your house, which you have been planning for long. But don't invest a big amount of money into the construction, because there is a danger of money getting stuck. Okay, it could also mean resuming some kind of practice or hobby that you had given up previously. And this is also a time to revisit certain decisions that you might have taken that might have got wrong, and correct the same accordingly. Okay, so if you get a chance to revisit a decision, see if you can correct that if you think you had gotten that thing wrong. And also, there could be some issues on the family front, some issues that you have been ignoring for the last few months. So all those issues that require immediate attention could come up all of a sudden. Okay, Aquarius Lagna, Saturn rules the 12th house as well as the first house. So this could bring expenditures. Okay, this could bring a lot of expenditures with regards to spiritual practices. You could find yourself, enrolling yourself. You could find enrolling yourself in a new course, or you could find yourself visiting some place of pilgrimage, or some place where you get inner solitude. Okay, this is also a time to do solo travel. If you're into solo traveling, you will get opportunities for solo travel. And if you're looking for foreign settlement, then this is a time to do it. Okay, get your visa approved, or maybe get that education loan that is pending, so that you can go and study in some foreign university or whatever. Okay, and other than that, this is also a favorable time where you will get a few marriage proposals, and the proposals will come to you. You don't have to go hunting for those marriage proposals. They will eventually come to you. But this is a good time to examine those proposals in details and see if they work out for you. Okay, Pisces ascendant, Saturn rules your 11th and the 12th houses. So be careful with expenditures related to health. Okay, have a health insurance ready. And this could also be a case where you could see some surgeries related to your feet. Okay, and be careful with accidents that can harm your feet. Okay, so anything that has to do with your legs, if you are an athlete, for example, and you are running, then be careful with your running, because you may suddenly slip and maybe tear a muscle or break an ankle and so on. Okay, you could also run into some problems related to your friends. That means if you have a long-term friend, and then that friend might cause you a few problems or a few hiccups. Okay, so there could be a few hiccups in your network circle also. You could face some backlash with respect to the people who are in your network circle, and this could mean backstabbing as well as a lot of rumors going in behind your back. So handle it tactfully, and things should be fine. Okay, so these were very basic predictions for all the ascendants, and do let me know if you want me to go into detailed predictions for all the ascendants, where I'll be covering each ascendant in detail with regards to the Saturn retrograde transit of 2023. Okay, and if you need a consultation or a reading with regards to your chart, you're always welcome to reach out at the number provided in the description box. Subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends and family if you find it useful, and leave behind your valuable comments in the feedback section. That's it from me. I'll see you soon in yet another video. Namaste. Om Guruve Namaha.